Yes, guys, welcome back to Shootout. It is a double Premier League game week, and we have got predictions with you again. And today, I sit in this chair, and I am an Aston Villa fan for a moment because we have got Aston Villa Arsenal as the opening game of the weekend. And I tell you what, I'm going to be saying this every week now. If X doesn't beat Arsenal, give them the Premier League because it feels a bit like it, doesn't it, Eunice?
I'll be honest. I'll go as far as saying this weekend is it. If Arsenal beat Villa, we're all done.
Yeah, finito.
It's done. It's done. I will happily say that with chest, because you would need an absolute capitulation from Arsenal. Whilst we know other teams are going to drop points during the season, Villa, you are everyone's last hope. We are Villa fans this weekend.
Yeah.
We are Unai Emery. Good evening. Make it be a good evening for the Villa and a shocking evening for the Arsenal.
It would be nice, wouldn't it? Because we play straight after this game.
Yes.
Chelsea Bournemouth is after this, so we'll be live for the watch along, of course. And if the crazy thing about this Premier League is, right, we know it's so close from Chelsea down all the way to... I'm going to even put Leeds in this because they beat us this week. They deserve to be in that conversation. 10-point gap or 9-point gap, whatever it is. So it could possibly be 6 points again by the end of this weekend if Villa win.
Yeah.
But then we're also talking about Villa going ahead of everybody. So can they actually do this?
Which is fine. Because they're in the mix, but Villa are already basically in the race for top four, like expected. They're not going for the title, let's be honest. But someone needs to stop Arsenal. Because, like you've said, if not, it won't get to 6 points. It won't get to 3 points. It won't get back into that conversation of, oh, okay, anything can happen. Arsenal is going to run away with it, which is why I'm saying, look, the way that Arsenal are picking up points against everybody, they're not losing. Even in games where they're not playing well, but they don't lose.
Yeah.
Villa have to stop them. If not, it's toast.
I think the reason Arsenal are so comfortable is because they've got such a cushion. So we've got to start plucking these feathers out one by one, mate.
Exactly.
And I mean one by one. I mean like 20 by 20, you know. These Hungarian goose feathers need to come out. All right? And it's not my score first. It's your score first. So I'm not going to actually do anything. You know, I will give you the honourable duty of... I need to have something from somewhere that's going to give me some inspiration for the history of the Premier League.
Mate, I know you need it right now because, you're struggling.
Honestly, Chelsea losing to Leeds has killed me. Like, absolutely killed me. I'm not going to lie to you. But I'm Aston Villa right now.
I don't want to cloud my judgment with my bias or what I want to happen because, obviously, we all want Villa to get points. And one thing's for sure, Arsenal, like I've said, if they win this, then I think they've won the league. Because at that point you'd need them to drop 4 games technically, and everyone has to not drop any, which is just not going to happen at this rate. I will say I'm glad we're not in London. Yeah, in case Arsenal do win this after 21 years, because we've been waiting a very long time to possibly see this happen, and we won't be there to be hounded, which is great. But we have to try and stop it from happening in the first place. My prediction, and like I've said, I'm trying to be as honest as possible and real. And not because I want Arsenal to lose. But I think the history of the Premier League is going to shine through on this one.
You reckon?
I'm going to say Aston Villa 2, Arsenal 1.
No way. No way.
I think this is going to be the first game where Arsenal get not a reality check because they deserve everything that they've got up until now. What we're seeing from Arsenal is real. It's not a fugazi. But there's going to be a low blow here, a liver shot. They're going to, oh, crap. Wow, wasn't expecting that one. That's going to happen at some point. Without doubt, it's going to happen at some point. I think it happens against Villa.
So Aston Villa, I've seen a few Villa fans actually, and not a lot, but I've read a couple of articles where Villa fans are talking about when they're actually playing at their best, what's going to happen. This is going to be a game where they have to be at their best. And I agree. I'm not looking at Aston Villa on an 8 out of 9 league wins in the last 9 games run and thinking,
which is remarkable.
Yeah, they're playing amazing, because they're not. And that is literally the Premier League right now.
funnily enough, that's exactly how Arsenal operating.
Yeah. So this is the battle of the pretenders.
Mate, no, it's not. To be fair, they're efficient. Like Arsenal are not playing outstanding, but they're just each game they're getting results. And we've already explained in the last video of how they do that. Arsenal in terms of their set pieces and the way they're so dominant and organized in the air and accurate. It's not just a case of just lump the ball into the box and hope. No, they've worked on this, and they're so intricate with how they actually deliver the ball, their positioning, who's in the box, how they actually head the ball. They've worked on this, and they deserve what they're getting from that. But you see them getting results, even in games they don't play brilliant. Aston Villa are doing the same thing now. They're the only team in the league that are actually matching Arsenal to that extent. At Villa Park, I'm going to give the edge to Villa.
I'm going to say 2-2.
Which is fine.
I think it's a good result in essence, because anything that isn't an Arsenal win right now is positive. We'll take it. And I think Aston Villa will also be relatively happy with that result too. Let's move into Everton versus Nottingham Forest. This is Sean Dyche.
Sean Dyche, yeah.
Returning back to Sean Dyche land for a bit of David Moyes.
Sean Dyche derby.
This is. Everton have won 3 out of their last 4. They're 10th in the Premier League. And they're 6 points ahead of Nottingham Forest. And I think they will go 9 points ahead of Nottingham Forest. I'm going to go with an Everton 2, Forest 1 for this one.
Ooh.
Home win.
I'm going to give some credit to Sean Dyche here. I think he's going to be up for this because it's Everton. This is, look, so when you look at Sean Dyche, you got to look, I think, from the lens of proper Premier League heritage mentality.
Shows up when he wants kind of vibes.
Yeah, it's like, okay, there's certain fixtures. Now you got to bet on him. You know, this is one of them.
Forest are good away too.
They are. I reckon they're going to set up to make it difficult for Everton, but I think Everton are on a little bit of a roll at the moment too. They're playing well. They're playing better. Overall, they're playing better. So I'm going to go with 1-1.
1-1. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm backing Everton in this one. Newcastle versus Burnley is the next game. There's almost like 2 fixtures a week now, isn't there? Where I think it's just a no-brainer, and it's about how many are we gonna put aside here? Like, Scott Parker, man, sort it out, boys. Like Newcastle, the thing is with Newcastle, you don't really know what you're gonna get at the moment. They are like, it's Christmas. It's a selection box.
True, but this is Burnley. With all due respect, you know,
5 losses straight in a row. It might even be more than that. It's gone off the grid, mate.
It's the next Wolves.
The next
It's the next Wolves.
They're on par. They got Man United.
You know, but the only thing at least is that we can maybe get an album out of Scott Parker because we get Mike Skinner and the street sort of vibes. You know, dry your eyes, mate, and hopefully we get entertained on that level too.
I think there should be. I'm going to just say this now. There should be a rule, right? If you go down and come back up again, you're not allowed back up.
Honestly,
if it keeps going like this.
Facts.
Like, remember when West Brom just did this all the time?
Yep.
Fulham at one point as well were also kind of in that bracket. With Burnley, like, yeah, they're going to walk the Championship, but then you're going to get trod all over in the Premier League.
This is what I don't understand. They dominate the Championship. Like, they're fantastic in the Championship. It's not like, they just made it, they just got promoted. Like, no, they promote themselves with ease. Then they get to the Premier League, don't know what to do.
Yeah.
They should have, like, their own league in between. The Burnley League.
Yeah. The winner should get like £700 million so that they can compete financially with all of the big dogs. It would make life interesting in the Premier League again.
Honestly.
What's the score going to be for this one, Eunice? Newcastle at home.
3-0 Newcastle.
3-0.
Yeah. Nick Waltamada.
All right.
Hat-trick.
I'm going to go one stage further, 4-0.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Burnley, but like you've brought this upon yourselves. You don't deserve any more respect, to be quite honest.
No, they're finished. With all due respect.
Man City Sunderland. Now, this is tough to predict, isn't it?
This is really tough.
This is a hard one because Sunderland have got, they've lost 3 out of 14. They just keep doing it, mate, don't they? They keep showing up. They're 6th in the league right now. And Man City, fresh off the back of a flipping 9-goal thriller in West London right next to the River Thames. And I don't really know which way this is going to go, mate.
This is tough.
I really don't understand what's going to happen here.
Especially at the Etihad. You look at this fixture on paper and think City will win this 3-0. Like it's but I don't think they will. And I think, like we've spoken on the last video, the holes in the City team, defensively, Sunderland will pick apart. This Sunderland team will pick apart. But I also think there's enough quality for City to score goals at home. I'm led to believe that Sunderland are strong enough to go and actually get a big result here. But it is Man City we're talking about too. I'm torn.
I think Man City are going to win 3-2.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. Part of me is also like, Pep Guardiola won't allow...
Aguero settings, yeah? Aguero!
To be fair, it was almost that last weekend too, wasn't it? Like, with a last-minute winner against Leeds.
Yeah.
But I think there's a framework as to how to play against City now, to be honest. And I can expect Sunderland to exploit that to an extent. But I just can't imagine Pep, for the second time in what will be, 4 or 5 days, I don't think he's going to allow it. So if anything, I think this could be a mundane, boring, routine 2-0 Man City. But I'm going to say 3-2. Because I think Sunderland will be like, we're not playing on your game right now. We're going to come and try and play.
It's for that reason I'm going to say 2-2.
2-2, okay. I like this.
Yep.
So Eunice is going with Arsenal dropping 3 points, Man City dropping 2. I love this confidence, mate. You brought me back from the dead. I'm rising. I'm rising again. Thank you.
But no problem.
We'll take that.
Can treat it as a prescription.
If there's always one way as well that we can continue the good mood, it's Tottenham. Because they're playing, guess who they're playing? Brentford. And I've got a theory here, right? You see how Brentford dropped their striker to play Arsenal? They knew they were going to lose because they've rested players for the big one. The match that is winnable, and the match, and I've said this already, Brentford are a bigger club than Tottenham these days. Certainly better club. Based on the hierarchy of overachievement and playing above their means, Brentford are a better club.
So you're saying Thomas Frank demoted himself?
I'm saying Keith Andrews is a good guy, mate. I'm saying Lee Evans, comedian settings, bro. I want him to come there, and I think the Tottenham are going to struggle again here. 3 wins at home all year is, honestly, I know Chelsea have just been beaten by Leeds, but mate, nah. That is unacceptable behaviour. Ange Postecoglou got fired.
Yeah.
Thomas Frank, good manager, but is he?
Well,
This is the question.
his old club returns to his backyard now, I guess, right? So I got to be real. I agree with you. I think Brentford will show up, and I don't think the result will be mainly based on Brentford. I think it's more based on Tottenham. I think Tottenham will fold more than Brentford will show up. But again, this is the Thomas Frank derby. So I actually think, as much as he knows that team, Brentford also know Thomas Frank. And I feel like they're going to take advantage of this.
Yep.
You're right. Tottenham's home form's been shocking. So I'm actually relying on Brentford to get a result. Is it my result?
It's your result.
I'm going to go 1-1.
1-1, okay.
I'm going to say that Tottenham are not going to show up in a way that they have to. Mainly due to Brentford as well, but I think they'll cancel each other out. I don't think Brentford are lethal enough to actually go and get a win. So I'm going to go 1-1. I'm
saying absolute Keith Andrews masterclass.
And Thiago starts.
Yeah. 11 goals this season, mate. They might all basically be penalties, but credit where credit is due.
I will say this. If Brentford get a win, then I'm sorry. We've got to talk about Thomas Frank.
Yeah, there'll be a video coming next week with great pleasure. We might even do a full hour episode. I think the history of the Tottenham should be its own. When we eventually make that into a series.
Yes.
That could be the longest episode.
100%.
I'd happily sit here and talk about them lot for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Tottenham 1, Brentford 2.
Fair enough. I hope.
I'm going for it. And I'm not even going to overhype that by making it sound like a big play. No, Spurs are rubbish. And they deserve to be in this conversation of, 6th best team in London. Leighton Orient. Big up. Bournemouth versus Chelsea.
Oh, God.
Oh, I don't like December. I love December. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a Scrooge. I'm a Christmas kind of man. It's a lovely time. But I don't like Christmas when it comes to Chelsea Football Club, and unfortunately, we've delivered the gifts earlier than the 19th of December this year. We've gone as far as the 3rd of December, and we've handed out 3 points and 3 goals to Leeds United. And Bournemouth, well, I mean, these lot are in desperate need of some love right now. Do you think it's possible that Chelsea could double down on this good fortune?
I'm torn. I'll be honest. I genuinely, at this point, I don't know. I know what Chelsea need to do to get a result. I have to be honest, though. The history of the Chelsea, as of late, is these are the sort of games we are charitable in. Here you go. We shall give. Mother Teresa settings, ladies and gentlemen.
Walk the red carpet.
Here you go. Would you like a cup? Have a cup. Would you like some paper napkins? You can have them, no problem. Would you like some glasses? Go for it. See better, because we will go blind for you, and you will see better, and we will be happy. Would you like an iPhone? No, we don't need it. It's fine. We'll look at the time on our watches. Do you want the watch? You can have the watch. Here you go, Bournemouth. Have it. This is the history of the Chelsea. We are so charitable. It's stupid. And you know what? It's teams that are struggling. And this is what makes me nervous. I would love to play Bournemouth from start of the season that were actually flying, because that's not very charitable.
Because we treat them with respect.
This is the sort of game right now where Bournemouth are in tatters and they're in the worst form that they could ask for. Well, they'll probably win. We'll give it to them.
I'm genuinely beyond torn here. Because everything you're saying is spot on.
Yeah.
Everything you're saying is spot on. And I can't help but think, because Bournemouth's struggling, we're going to struggle.
But this is the thing, like, on top of this, right? We know what we need to do to prevent that from happening. Like,
Just
we know.
show up.
And it's a case of, like, what we done wrong against Leeds, what Maresca done wrong against Leeds, it's clear. We need to, in these sort of games is where Chelsea go back to basics, and we go to an 11 that just makes sense. We're not overly analysing how tactical we need to be. It's just straight up 4-2-3-1. It's straight up everyone in their position. It's a normal balance. There's not overloading the midfield. There's no shifting over the back three. There's none of this. It's 2 fullbacks. It's two in the pivot. It's an attacking midfielder. It's a striker and 2 wingers. It's 2 proper centre-backs, and it's done, right? It's that sort of game. It's this sort of system, in this sort of game that will suit and should get Chelsea the result. But it's where we start overthinking, and Maresca, like against Leeds, starts tinkering too much and doing too much in terms of rotation. Rotation is absolutely needed at this point, 100%. There's players that need to be managed. I understand that. But you don't change the setup. And it's these games where we become charitable because we change the setup and we overthink, and we've got all these big games that we want to think about instead of these games where we need to pick up points. As long as Maresca puts things back to basics, we should be beating a Bournemouth team that are in free fall at the moment, right? They should be there for the taking.
Please.
But I don't know what Maresca's going to do on the day. That's what scares me.
We're going to talk about this on our own channels, and the video probably would have gone out yesterday. At least I know my one will have. I think Chelsea will win 2-1. Because I'm praying.
Are you saying that honestly or from a Chelsea perspective?
No, I genuinely think we do this, because I think we will. There's no way on this planet, if Maresca values his job, we can see this ridiculous rotation crap.
Surely he learns his lesson from the Leeds.
You've got to.
Surely.
Like, all of this, it's disrespectful, actually, to the competition. It really is. Because you can't, like, life doesn't revolve around playing Barcelona and Arsenal.
No.
If it was worth 5 points, because they're a big team, maybe it does. Because over the course of the season, if we can play all these big boys every week, we'd be doing great. But that's not how football works. But I think Chelsea will win 2-1, because I think there are problems at Bournemouth right now. Iraola's also a bit concerned about what's going on there. And I think Chelsea will get the job done and bounce back.
Fair enough. As long as Chelsea bring balance, normal balance. Because one thing against Leeds is that they had no balance. To start off with, there was 0 balance. There's players that shouldn't be playing. And there are players that, if called upon, should be playing. And as long as he does that, and he brings in some of the strong lot back into the lineup again. For example, I'm expecting Reece to play this one. That's just an example.
Has to play.
I'm expecting Palmer to start this one. You know, so if Maresca can rectify those things, yeah, realistically, we should be going and getting 3 points like we did against Burnley. So I'm going with. I'm going to say 2-0.
2-0. Okay, good. So based on your predictions this week, we're back in the race.
Villa, please. Please.
Please. Honestly, if ever I've wanted to lose a week, it's this one because I want you to get that score correct.
Fingers crossed.
Based on the way things are going, that is probably will happen because I'm in free fall, bit like Bournemouth. But anyway, let's move on to Leeds versus Liverpool. Historically, this is a massive game.
This is.
And I feel as though this could be Leeds' season could have just the last two matches, right? If you're a Leeds fan and you're watching the comeback against Man City and the demolition job of Chelsea, you're confident.
100%.
Because what Daniel Farke has done is he's gone with what Leeds are good at, which is being strong, being aggressive and bullying, and just put two big boys up front and do the business. And let me tell you now, Liverpool right now, those centre-backs, they don't want to see Calvert-Lewin. They don't want to see Namicha.
It's crazy how we're talking about that now, aren't we?
Mental.
Yeah.
Mental.
Yeah.
Mate.
Calvert-Lewin's been in the mud the whole season. All of a sudden now he is flipping Erling Haaland.
I've got a feeling Leeds are going to do a Mazzari, you know.
I am confident Leeds get a win.
You've said Liverpool. I don't know how many videos in a row. Chat, let us know. Eunice has predicted Liverpool losses in I think the last 3 or 4 videos.
They've all mostly come in.
Nearly.
Yeah.
What are you going with?
You see the smoke that Leeds bring? I mean, they brought it to us yesterday. And
Yeah,
fair
big
play.
time.
Like I said, you can't really keep that up for 90 minutes. But right now, the problem with Chelsea that we had yesterday wasn't about wanting it. No. Chelsea definitely want it. We are happy to compete. Tactically and personnel was the problem. Liverpool don't want this smoke. Like Liverpool, their problem right now, their squad looks broken. Slot looks clueless. And I feel like mentally they're brittle. So when they're coming up against a team with so much intensity, they don't want the smoke. I don't feel Liverpool are up for it. They don't want that. Leeds are gonna bring it, whether people like it or not. They're gonna bring it, and as you've said, this history of this fixture as well is just as, if not more important than the Leeds-Chelsea rivalry from back in the day too. Leeds-Liverpool goes way back. I'm expecting Leeds to show up here proper. It's at Elland Road.
It is.
Yeah, is it my score?
It is.
3-1 Leeds again.
3-1. Wow. I'm going 2-1 Leeds. I think Leeds will win.
Yeah,
but 3-1. Eunice is wanting Arnie gone, isn't he?
not. No, it's not.
You don't want him gone.
I don't. No. I want Arnie Slot to stay because this is great.
Yeah. Eric Ten Hag
May this
sentence
continue
right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Arnie Slot has a family, guys. Yeah, think of him.
It's Christmas. Come on, be kind.
Surely can't do it around Christmas. No.
Wow.
We can revisit this in Feb.
I can't believe we're at a point where we're both confident of a Leeds win against Liverpool in December.
I mean,
mental.
look, their home game against Sunderland just wasn't impressive anyway.
No.
But again, it's because there's multiple problems in that squad as a whole, managerial and player level.
Yeah.
I think Leeds are going to pick them apart just from desire alone.
Big struggles.
Yeah.
Brighton versus West Ham. Why do I feel like this game's going to be goals?
Really? I don't.
You don't?
No.
Why not?
I don't know if it's because it's because of West Ham. I don't expect much from West Ham, I'll be honest. And we'll see what they're going to do against United. We still don't know that.
I think it's going to be 3-2 Brighton.
Really?
Yeah. I think West Ham will score a couple of goals because I think Brighton will concede a couple of goals. Wow. Profound, Benson.
That's great analysis.
That was top.
That's
what
Mike
you
Owen
subscribe
level,
for. Subscribe.
If they score more goals, they'll win. Is the standard here now? No, you know what? I think Brighton will technically bounce back here. I'm going 2-0 Brighton win.
2-0. Comfortable.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm not expecting much from West Ham, but then again, they've not played United. We still don't know. Who knows if that's going to give them a little spring in their step if they do somehow get something at Old Trafford. I don't know.
Well, they're in the relegation zone right now,
Yeah.
so they'll be hoping that they can do something. Fulham versus Crystal Palace.
Oh, London derby.
London derby.
West versus South.
Yeah, Fulham are 15th. 3 wins in their last 5. I'm going to say it was a second half win against Man City. Kind of. Not really. But they nearly got a famous result. Crystal Palace are currently 5th in the Premier League table. They're doing very well. Yep. They could potentially be 6th if Man United beat West Ham, which I think they will. At the time of recording this, it's before the Manchester United game. What do you think is going to happen here? Because Fulham are at home and they're kind of just like starting to move a little bit now. The wheels are in motion for their resurgence away from the relegation zone. But Crystal Palace, they've got that resilience to bring the shootout word of the year, 2025. Big up, Harry. And I can't split these two, if I'm honest. I think it's going to be a tough game.
Fulham have shown bite, finally, compared to how they were started the season, which I felt like they were playing well, but they weren't getting results. And then they kind of went into a moment of playing poorly. But then they were still playing poorly, starting to get some results. And now they're actually playing better. So I can't read this Fulham team, like in terms of where they're heading. But one thing's for sure, Palace will be difficult. I feel like Palace right now have, in terms of performances, stepped it down a notch. But they're still getting results. And I am relying more on, or not relying, I'm not necessarily in favour of either of them winning, but I reckon Palace are more in a position of getting a result here than Fulham. Okay. I thought what Fulham did in that game against City was outstanding in that second half, but we also have to acknowledge they did concede 5.
Yeah, and it's very deflating to get that close to a comeback and still lose.
Yeah.
Sorry, the history books won't remember that game for anything other than 3 points to Man City.
100%. You see how we're talking about how brittle City are defensively, but you could argue the very same point. Well, they scored 5.
Yeah. No. That's a fair point.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
For Fulham, I think it's the reverse, which I think applies here. But Palace, I think will wake up defensively. They're off the back of a win now. I feel like they're going to go and do a calm job at Fulham. I expect, it's my score.
It is.
2-1 Palace.
2-1 Palace.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 1-1. I think it's going to be a draw. Can't split the two teams. Wolves versus Manchester United. Well, we've saved the best till last, ladies and gentlemen, because if ever there was a game which was guaranteed to be a certain way, it's this one. This is the one result of every week where you just know what's going to come. We ain't going to say anything good about Wolves. Or are we set for a generational meltdown?
It's what I was about to say.
This would be... do you know what? I love Saeed so much. I love his content so much that I almost don't want to see it. Because I think I might actually cry for him.
Mate.
Bro, if Man United don't batter Wolves...
Mate, enjoy the atmosphere. Is the message to say? No, listen.
There's no way, surely.
I'll say this. Surely United win this game. But if there was one team in this league that will allow Wolves to get a win out of nowhere, it's United, isn't it? Like, it's not so out of this world to imagine Wolves 2, Man United 0. It just isn't, is it? Like, that's something that you can actually see happening. But it would be cataclysmic. Like, it would be...
The abominable
There'd be an
snowman,
earthquake
mate.
if that happened, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, it would be the end of Manchester United. For sure. But surely not, though. Like, Wolves have been so bad.
They got 2 points
Surely
in
not.
14 games.
Yeah, that would send... That honestly, heads will be on, as Matisse likes to say, heads will be on Pluto.
For real.
But I don't know why I've got a feeling.
I'll say Man United win 3-0. Man United away from home are pretty good.
Surely.
To be fair, I'd love to agree with you, but I've got to try and win this week. So
My gut has been pretty spot on.
yeah, you've been in a good run of form recently. I think you should pull it out of the bag for us all. Like it's Christmas.
Honestly, I feel a certain way here. I don't want to say it because I just feel like, no, surely United win. Surely. Am I overthinking? Am I turning to Maresca? I might be,
No, you've got too much hair.
Just about. Oh, man.
Okay, let me ask you a question then. Who's going to score for Wolves if they're going to win? Bro, you're like, with all of these ideas you've got in your head, there's got to be an element of like, if you can't answer that question, then surely you know what to do.
Mate, Maguire own goal. Nah.
They've got the worst defence and the worst attack in the Premier League.
This is why it's so possible. Because it's United. Nah, look, okay. I'm going to go against my gut, but we're going to come back to this, right? On the review, on the roundup, after it's all said and done, and we're going to see what would have happened. I'm going to go with United 2-0 win.
Okay, Eunice has decided to compete.
I'm going with logic here.
Fair enough.
Instead of my gut. I'll tell you what my gut says.
2-1 Wolves.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, do you know what? I've got a feeling we're in the studio on Monday next week.
Yeah.
And this is Monday night, so we might have to do our own little piece on this one. If the review comes post Wolves Manchester United, depends what day we're in here. I need to check, but yeah, we will. That'll be video worthy if Wolves win. We should just do it for a celebration. I'll wear a wolf costume.
Let's get some wolf costumes.
Let's get down to business, mate.
Yep.
No, that was your Premier League predictions for this game week. It's obviously December, which means we've got Champions League next week as well, mate.
Come on.
Oh, I love it when things just come together.
Up the Champers.
Up the Champers. We'll be back for that next week as well. And, of course, today is Friday, and that means it is World Cup draw time this evening, which is monstrous. We won't be going out for our Friday night. We'll be staying at home to see who England will be beating on the way to lifting the trophy.
100%. Make sure you're there because it's going to be a good stream.
It's going to be a fun stream.
Yeah.
There's going to be. I want to see flags in the comments. I want to see flags in the chat. I want to see where you're from, and I want to see England flags.
100%.
And no one's going to tell you off for it on this channel.
No, because it's coming home.
It's coming home. See you guys there.